You ever get that feeling like someone's thinking about you, not just in a passing way, but constantly, like you're renting space in their mind and they don't even know how to evict you? It's a strange thing, right? We like to think we're the ones doing all the thinking, the wondering, the overanalyzing. But sometimes, without even realizing it, she might be doing the exact same thing, quietly, subtly, and if you're paying attention, really paying attention, you can actually feel it. So maybe you've been talking to her, maybe it's just been some texts here and there, or a few meetups that felt more than just casual, or maybe you haven't even seen her in a while, and yet you feel her presence in the smallest things, the way a song suddenly makes sense. The way you remember the look she gave you right before she walked away. There's this pull, invisible but strong. Most guys miss it. They're too distracted or too caught up in their own feelings to notice what she's silently putting out into the world. But not you, not this time, because today we're going to dive into that space in between silence and confession. That murky, magical space where her thoughts about you live. You know, a friend of mine once told me this story about a girl he met at a bookstore. Nothing dramatic, no lightning bolts, just connection. They chatted about a novel, laughed at the same awkward joke, and that was it. She left. He figured it was a nice moment, but nothing more. A week later, he got a message from a mutual friend saying, "She keeps bringing you up. Like out of nowhere, always tying things back to that one day." That's when he realized she hadn't stopped thinking about him. It wasn't in the obvious ways. She wasn't blowing up his phone or posting cryptic Instagram stories. But it was there, in the way she remembered the color of his shirt, the way he said a word, the way he paused before laughing. It was all echoing in her mind. That's what I want to talk about. It's not always about what she says to you. It's about the little leaks, the energy, the vibes she can't help but project. Ever notice how some people look at you like they're trying to solve a puzzle? Like there's something about you they're still trying to figure out, but they kind of like being stuck on it? That's what it feels like when she can't stop thinking about you. She doesn't just glance, she lingers. Even if it's just a half second longer than what makes sense. She might play it off, act casual, but her energy gives her away. You'll start to catch her name dropping you in conversations that don't even involve you. Or maybe you'll get a message late at night, something random, maybe a meme or a, "Hey, remember when?" Because she was up thinking about you, and that thought needed somewhere to go. And you know what's funny? Half the time, she doesn't even realize she's doing it. She's not trying to play games. Her mind just keeps circling back to you. You've become her comfort thought. The one she visits when the world's a little too much or when she needs to smile. There was this girl I knew who would always text this one guy, not with "I miss you" or "I've been thinking about you," but with stuff like, "Do you remember that dumb squirrel we saw at the park?" Or "This song came on and it reminded me of that car ride." It was her way of keeping the door open without risking too much. She thought about him constantly, but she was subtle. You had to read between the lines. You had to feel the warmth in the little things. If you're someone she can't stop thinking about, you might find her looping back to you. Maybe you haven't heard from her in days, and suddenly there she is, popping up with something only you two would understand. A private joke, a shared memory, something only you would get. That's not a coincidence. That's her mind leading her right back to you. It's a wild thing, really, how people live in our minds, how they show up in dreams, in songs, in smells, in the quiet moments when nobody else is around. There was this one night. I remember this clearly. I was driving back from a long day, windows down, that kind of heavy silence in the car, where the only thing louder than the wind is your thoughts. And out of nowhere, I thought of her. Someone I hadn't seen in months. I didn't even know why, but the memory was so specific. Her laugh, how she always used to fix her hair when she was nervous. I realized she'd never really left me. She was just waiting in the corners of my mind. Now imagine that happening to her, about you. over and over again. When she's sitting with friends and hears someone say your name and she lights up a little, even if she tries to hide it. Or when something good happens and you're the first person she wants to tell. Not because she wants a reaction, but because your opinion just means more. That's when you know. She might not come out and say, "I can't stop thinking about you." That'd be too vulnerable, too risky. But she'll show it, in the way she checks your story but doesn't react, in the way she knows details about your life you never realized you told her, in the way she remembers things that even you forgot. You said, sometimes we overlook these signs because we expect fireworks. We expect someone to chase us down in the rain or write long poetic confessions. But real connection? It's quieter. It slips in through the cracks. It lives in the spaces between words. She might ask your opinion on something she already made her mind up about, just to hear your voice. She might say she's passing by your area, wondering if you're around, even though she went out of her way just to maybe bump into you. And she might never admit it out loud, but she thinks of you when she's happy, when she's anxious, when she's alone. And when a woman thinks of you during those quiet moments, you're not just on her mind, you're in her heart too. So if you're sitting there wondering, trying to decode her every move, remember this. If a woman can't stop thinking about you, her world will keep bending toward yours. Subtly, gently, but always. She'll find ways to keep you close, even when she's far. She'll replay your voice in her mind like her favorite song. And her silence? It won't be absence. It'll be full of you. You just have to know how to listen. So don't chase, don't overthink. Just be the kind of man she wants to think about. The one who doesn't force it but makes an impact so deep, she can't help but carry a piece of you everywhere she goes. And if she's thinking about you right now, trust me, you'll feel it. Thanks for watching. If this spoke to you, you know what to do. Share it with someone who might need it. And remember, the quietest feelings are sometimes the loudest truths. I'll see you in the next one.